Shimmy, shimmy, yo, shimmy, ya. About to start my day, so I'm rolling up the Zod. Remember all the times they say I wouldn't make it far. Left into the bank, my account be the star.
So in this next story, this y'all boy. This is y'all boy. Y'all voted for him. Y'all said he was Moneybag Joe. Moneybag Joe just said, no. As it's been announced, that Biden will now restart the federal student loan payments in February. And this is on top of his Secretary of Education going on the Breakfast Club and looking ridiculous on the Breakfast Club. They asked him specifically about the promise of $10,000 to every student, and all we heard was, well, we did this instead. We got this done. What about all the other stuff we didn't know? But what about the stuff you campaigned for? The specific stuff you campaigned for that niggas are still waiting for. Yeah, Joe Biden, you and your administration, where's Kamala now with the phone calls? Yeah, Joe, we did it. You did nothing. Because we in the hood waiting, and we're waiting to see. And my fellow people who think like me, I've been on the path for like, nah, I'm not voting for Joe Biden because he's going to be Barack light. What the fuck I want another Barack for? So I can have the imagery of the black man to make me feel good. That was there the first time around. His first term, I celebrated. But after you start extending wars and talk about privatizing Social Security and all the other fuckboy shit, somebody like Joe Biden tried to spearhead. Why the fuck would I vote for you? Man, for president 3 times. The first time, you got caught lying about your education. News never played that shit. They go find something on Trump and go play that, but they wouldn't play Joe Biden, felon in those moments. Or the second time he ran and it was just super shitty candidate. What made Joe Biden good was the allure of him being around a black guy. And he even said that was the first articulate black man he's been around. And I'm like, you been in Congress half your life. How did you didn't meet any other articulate black people? Yeah, he's big on them dog whistles when he gets to speak. I've never been a Biden guy. So hearing a story like this, I'm just like, hey, you niggas signed up for this shit. You niggas voted for this bullshit. But now y'all getting mad. Now y'all waking up and seeing. Sometimes it's too late to smell the roses. And this isn't an endorsement for Trump, because I vote Green Party. I believe everybody should be voting Green Party or Libertarian or anything that's third party. Anything other than Republicans and Democrats you should vote for. Put the pressure on their ass. That's how you put pressure on them. Stop voting for them and saying, I hate the other side. There are multiple sides. Y'all just too ignorant to realize that you actually want to change some shit. The ignorance of the masses is what the 15% of people who are woke and paying attention gets to manipulate the other 85%. The ignorant of the masses. I'm just saying, man. So we here on CNN Politics. The article states, President Joe Biden still plans to restart federal student loan payments in February, resisting pressure from some federal Democrats who continue to call for an extension of coronavirus pandemic relief benefits. We're still assessing the impact of the Omicron variant, but a smooth transition back into repayment is high priority for the administration, said White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki. When asked, I think it's Jen Psaki, believe, my bad, I don't know why I said Psaki. Jen Psaki, when asked Friday whether the administration would consider extending the student loan payment pause, in the coming weeks, we will release more details about how our plan and will engage directly with student loan borrowers to ensure they have the resources they need and are in appropriate repayment plan. Borrowers' balances have effectively been frozen for nearly 2 years, with no payments required for most federal student loans since March 2020. During this time, interest has stopped adding up and collections on defaulted debt have been on hold. Both Biden and former President Trump took actions to extend the pause. Most recently, Biden moved payment restart date from September 30th, 2021 to January 31st, 2022, but the administration made it clear at the time that this will be the final extension. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer of New York, Elizabeth Warren, Ayanna Pressley have been pressuring Biden to extend the student loan repayment pause. The pause on federal student loans, interest, and collections has improved borrowers' economic security, allowing them to invest in their families, save for emergencies, and pay down other debt. The lawmakers wrote in a letter to President last week. Before the pause, borrowers were paying on average $393 a month for their federal student loans, according to analysts from the Roosevelt Institute, which provided to Schumer and Warren at their request. That means collectively, borrowers will be paying roughly $7 billion a month, or about $85 billion a year, once payments resume. Schumer, Warren, and Pressley are also continuing to urge Biden to take further action and cancel up to $50,000 of loan debt per borrower. Biden said during the presidential campaign, that he would support canceling $10,000 per borrower, but has yet to take action. So beyond directing federal agencies to conduct reviews on whether he has the authority. When asked Tuesday about the campaign pledge, press secretary said the executive authority regarding student loan forgiveness is still under review, and added the president supports congressional action on the matter. If Congress sends him a bill, he's happy to sign it. They haven't sent him a bill, so nothing's been done yet. Again, I know a lot of people who, minus the fact they dislike Trump, some people are one policy voters. I know some people voted for Joe Biden just specifically for the cancellation of student loans, with the perception thereof that they would get some type of relief in the situation. And the relief's only been for a small percentage of people, not for the masses. It's for like civil service workers, military, former military personnel. But it hasn't been something that's been to the masses. And from the interview that the Secretary of Education gave the Breakfast Club to this information now, you should just know no relief is coming. Everybody has to get to the point when they realize the relief, stop relying on the government to fix your life. That is not the goal. That should not be your end goal. And it sucks for the people who fell into debt traps because of college and the perception of what college was supposed to bring to each individual. It's supposed to open up their access to better paying jobs, better futures. But in reality, it's a debt trap for the majority of people. Only a small percentage of people will hit those high income jobs, but a lot of people will get college degrees. So if 10% of all Americans are making over $100,000 a year, how long will it take you to pay off those loans for colleges if you're underneath that? I know some people they get it done. It's just harder to do if you want to play within the economy. You want to get a house, you want to get things like that. $400 a month isn't a lot. I spend that on certain shit. You know what I'm saying? That may be good spent on, for somebody like me, weed. But for other people, they're not in position to afford spending $400 a month, even if they graduated college. One experience I had with that personally was one of my friends had graduated, and the first job he was able to come back and get was a job working in like fucking Giants. I mean, it wasn't like a permanent position, but getting into the field of choice that he had, it's hard to do with in the current climate that they were in at the time. So I would hate if I had to take loans and I come home to get a job that I could have just had without taking the loans. Now, is he still there? No. But he was smart enough to start hustling on his own and start his own business. Now he does his own landscaping, which is something he didn't even fucking go to school for. So again, it became a debt trap for him because now he's paying off something he's not even utilizing. What he is utilizing is skills that he learned on his own or from other people he's been around. So he has a trade to sell. You were one of the people who voted for Biden in this situation. I honestly do feel bad for you in this situation because you had a belief that he was going to help a little bit. But that ain't Biden. Like, go look at somebody's history, bro. How many years do you have to see somebody do something in their life? See them be mediocre at it and then expect them to flip a switch and say, hey, now I'm going to be this guy. That shit don't happen like that. People are who they are. And when you expect people to change, that's where you fuck up. Because then you get your expectations up. And now I know it's going to be there are a lot of people online now mad about this shit. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. But now that you know that, what are you going to do with that information to try to make those changes? Nothing. Because most of y'all still going to vote Democrat and Republican. And you're just going to keep ending up in the same fucking cycle of the two-party system, which isn't working. We need more than two parties. We definitely need more than two parties. We can't keep fitting everybody in this big tent system expecting the best of outcomes. Doesn't work like that. It's your boy DJTheParkBoy, and I'm here with a special product for you. I got some Delta 8 weed from JK Distro, and I'm saying it's amazing. It's clean, smokable, and the best part is they deliver it right to your door. Because of the 2018 Farm Bill, it's now legal for them to have Delta 8 weed sent through the mail. That's right. And if you use promo code FLOSS1, you can get some clean, smokable weed sent to your door direct. You have options. You go right there to jkdistro.com. You look at all the strands they have, which is a lot. You can even get you some edibles. You can get you some wine. Anything in between you can think of. You put in promo code FLOSS1, you're going to save you 20%. So go ahead, hop on that now. Make sure it's in the description.